1. Introduction. My name is Helen. This is my story. It begins on a very special night. I was 25 years old at that time. I stood in my hotel room looking at myself. I was wearing a beautiful red dress. I had chosen this dress with much care. It was soft to touch and a lovely bright color. I wanted to look my best for Mark. This evening was very important. It was our first romantic night together. My hands felt a little shaky. My heart was beating quickly inside my chest. I felt many things at once. I was happy and excited for the date, but I also felt a little bit of fear. I hoped everything would go perfectly. I feared I might say something wrong. These thoughts made me quite nervous. I closed my eyes for a moment and took a deep breath. I looked in the mirror one last time. The red dress fit well. I felt as ready as I could be. I sprayed a small amount of my favorite perfume. It smelled like flowers and was very comforting. Then I opened the door to my room. I walked slowly to the elevator. Each step felt important. I was going down to the hotel lobby. I knew Mark was waiting there. My stomach felt like it had many tiny butterflies flying around inside. This was the moment. When the elevator doors opened, I saw him. Mark was standing calmly in the lobby. He wore a neat, dark black suit. He looked very handsome and elegant. He seemed relaxed, which helped me feel a little better. He looked up and saw me. A soft, warm smile appeared on his face. I smiled back at him. My smile felt a little shy, but it was honest. We looked into each other's eyes for a few seconds. There was a silent understanding between us. We both knew this night was special. We were both a little nervous about what would happen, but we were also very excited to spend time together. We were ready to begin our evening. This was the very start of our story. A warm, hopeful feeling spread slowly through my body. It was a good and promising feeling. 2. A special dinner. Mark led me to a beautiful rooftop restaurant. We went up many floors in a fast lift. When the doors opened, I saw a lovely room with soft lights and quiet music. A friendly person showed us to our table. It was next to a big window, high above the city. From our table, the view was amazing. I could see the whole city below us. Thousands of small lights shone everywhere, like tiny jewels. Tall buildings stood against the dark blue sky. It felt like we were sitting on top of the world. The city lights made everything feel magical and peaceful. I took a deep breath and smiled. We sat down and started to talk. At first, our conversation was light. We spoke about simple things like the nice weather and the beautiful restaurant. Mark asked me about my day, and I asked him about his work. Our voices were soft. Soon, our talk became more personal. We began to share more about our lives. Mark told me stories from his childhood and about his family. He also shared his dreams for the future and some of his past fears. I listened carefully. My heart felt warm as he spoke. Then it was my turn. I told him about my own life, my hopes, and my journey. I shared happy memories and some challenges too. As we talked, I felt a strong connection growing. It was more than just conversation. It felt like our hearts and minds were meeting. When I laughed, Mark looked at me with kind eyes. His gaze made me feel truly seen and understood. He made me feel like I was the only person in the world. This feeling was wonderful. We shared delicious pasta and wine. The food was good, but I did not focus on it. The city lights became a soft blur. The world around us seemed to fade away. All my worries disappeared. I forgot about time. I only saw Mark's eyes and I only heard his voice. It felt like we were in our own small, special world. It was a perfect dinner. 3, the walk home. After our dinner, we left the warm restaurant. The city was different now. It was no longer busy with many cars and people. A peaceful quiet fell over the streets. Tall buildings stood against the dark sky. Their windows showed only a few lights. We walked slowly, taking our time. The soft glow of the streetlights made long shadows behind us. The air was cool against my skin. It was a gentle coolness, but I could feel it. Mark saw me shiver a little. He stopped for a moment. With a kind smile, he took off his jacket. It was dark and looked very warm. He carefully placed it over my shoulders. The jacket was a little big for me. It smelled faintly of him, a clean and comforting smell. Its weight felt good. It was like a soft, warm blanket around me. I pulled it closer, feeling the comfort it brought. We started walking again. We were very close, our arms almost touching. My hand was swinging gently as I walked. Suddenly, his fingers brushed against mine. It was a very light touch, almost by accident. My breath caught for a second. A small, happy feeling started in my chest. I looked at him, and he looked at me. His eyes were soft in the dim light. Then his hand moved more. He gently took my hand in his fingers wrapped around mine. His hand was warm and strong. We continued our walk, now holding hands. This simple act made everything feel warmer. The warmth did not just stay in my hand. It moved up my arm and spread all through my body. It was a quiet warmth, a deep and happy feeling. The city felt even more peaceful with our hands together. We did not need to talk. There were no words needed. The silence between us was not empty. It was full of unspoken thoughts and feelings. It was a very comfortable silence. We just walked, side by side, our steps matching. I could hear the soft sound of our shoes on the pavement. The quiet night seemed to hold our special moment. We were just two people, sharing a simple, beautiful walk. With his hand in mine and his jacket on my shoulders, I felt incredibly safe. All worries from earlier in the day were gone. It was a feeling of calm and peace. I knew I was with someone kind. He made me feel important and cared for. I felt truly cherished. This walk home was more than just a walk. It was a moment where everything felt right. It was a promise of something good, started under the quiet city sky. 4. The first kiss. We stopped walking when we reached my hotel room door. The long, beautiful evening was now ending. The hallway was quiet. Only the soft sound of our breathing could be heard. My hand was still in Mark's. I felt a mix of happiness from our time together and a new kind of nervousness. It was time to say good night, but I did not want to. The words felt heavy in my mouth. I looked at the door for a moment, then at Mark. He was already looking at me. His eyes were soft and warm, like the city lights we had seen earlier. There was a deep understanding in his gaze. He did not need to speak. His eyes told me everything I needed to know. They said he felt the same connection, the same special feeling that I felt. It was a moment suspended in time, full of unspoken thoughts and shared emotions. My heart beat a little faster, a soft drum in my chest. Slowly, carefully, Mark took a small step closer to me. The space between us became smaller. I could feel his gentle presence, a comforting warmth reaching me. The soft, deep smell of his cologne filled the air around us. It was a pleasant scent, a part of him that made this moment even more real. I held my breath, waiting. My eyes stayed fixed on his, trying to read every thought, every feeling. My hands, still held in his, felt a light squeeze. It was a silent question, a gentle invitation. Then he leaned down. His head moved slowly, and his lips met mine. It was a very soft kiss, gentle and careful. It felt like a tender touch, a quiet promise. I closed my eyes, wanting to feel every small detail of this important moment. His lips were warm and soft against mine. His hands, still holding mine, were strong and comforting. The kiss was not hurried. It was slow, allowing the feeling to grow, to spread through my whole body. The world outside our small space disappeared completely. There was only the feeling of his lips, his hands, and the warmth between us. In that beautiful moment, all my fears simply washed away. The small worries I had carried, the nervousness about what this night might mean, the shyness I sometimes felt, all of it left me. This kiss made me feel incredibly safe. It brought a deep sense of peace and happiness. It was a feeling of coming home, a quiet certainty that I was exactly where I needed to be. The connection between us felt stronger than any words could describe. It was more than just a good night kiss. It was a powerful confirmation of everything we had felt during the evening. When the kiss gently ended, we did not move away quickly. We stayed close for another moment, our foreheads almost touching. I slowly opened my eyes and met his gaze again. His smile was even softer now, full of a quiet joy that matched my own. My heart felt completely full, overflowing with new feelings. This first kiss was a beautiful, unspoken promise. It was the start of something truly special, a memory I knew I would cherish forever. It showed me that true connection could be found, and it filled me with a quiet, hopeful joy for what was to come. 5, our first night. We went inside the room, still holding hands. The heavy door closed softly behind us, making a quiet sound. The room was not dark. It had a warm, soft light. Golden lamps made the space feel very peaceful and calm. I looked around. It was a simple, nice room, but it felt special to me in that moment. Mark let go of my hand for a moment to take off his suit jacket. He put it on a chair. I stood there, still in my red dress. My heart was beating a little fast, but it was a happy beat. I felt a mix of nervous feelings and a deep happiness. Mark looked at me, and he seemed to understand my feelings without me saying anything. He smiled a gentle smile. Then he spoke. His voice was soft and kind. "You are safe with me, Helen," he said. These words were very important to me. They were simple words, but they meant everything. All my small worries went away. His words were like a warm blanket around my heart. I felt truly safe and cared for. I knew I could trust him. We walked a few steps to the bed. It was a big, soft bed. We sat down together on the edge of it. We held hands again, our fingers linking together naturally. The quiet room was perfect for us. We started to talk softly. We did not talk about big things. We talked about small things, about our day, about how nice the quiet night felt. We shared our thoughts and feelings in low voices. Every word felt important. Mark listened to me with great care. He did not rush me when I spoke. He looked at me with his kind eyes, showing me that he truly heard me. This was how we started to build something strong between us. It was a foundation of trust. It was a foundation of safety. I felt that I could be completely myself with him without any fear. As we talked, our connection grew deeper. It was not just about words anymore. He touched my cheek with great care. His fingers were warm and gentle on my skin. We looked into each other's eyes for a long time. There was a deep feeling between us, a feeling that was more than just friendship or liking. It was something special, something new and strong. We leaned closer to each other. We kissed again. This kiss was different from the first one outside the door. It was longer. It was deeper. It showed more of our hearts and our feelings for each other. It felt like our souls were speaking without needing any words. Our bodies moved closer together. Our hearts felt even closer. We lay down on the bed, still talking sometimes just smiling quietly. That night was full of soft moments. It was full of gentle touches and quiet understanding. There was a deep warmth between us, a warmth that came from our growing connection, not just our bodies. We felt happy and peaceful. We knew this night was very special. It was the start of something true and important for both of us. It was a night of great tenderness and care. It was our first night together, and it felt perfect in every way. We knew then that our story was just beginning. It was a night we would always remember, a night of quiet happiness and growing love. 6. The next morning. The morning sun came through the window, painting soft light across the room. Its warm glow touched my face gently. Slowly, I opened my eyes. The first thing I saw was Mark. He was right beside me, already awake. He looked at me with a soft, kind smile. It was a quiet smile that made my heart feel wonderfully warm and happy. "Good morning," he whispered, his voice low and peaceful. I felt a small, happy laugh bubble up inside me. I felt a little shy, so I pulled the blanket up higher, hiding my face for a moment. He laughed softly too, a gentle sound that filled the quiet room. We stayed there in bed for a long time, just holding each other close. There was no rush to start the day, no urgent tasks to do. There was nothing to fear, and the world outside seemed far away and unimportant. In that room, with him by my side, I felt completely safe and deeply loved. It was a comfortable and happy feeling, like being wrapped in a soft, warm cloud. I did not want this special moment to end. I wished time could stand still, right there, in that calm, happy morning light. Every second felt precious. After a while, we slowly got out of bed. We moved around the room quietly, getting ready for the day. Everything felt easy and natural between us, without any need for many words. There was a small table placed by the window. We sat there and enjoyed breakfast together. The sun was shining brightly now, letting us see parts of the city waking up below. Simple things, like pouring coffee into cups or sharing a piece of toast, felt extra special and joyful. Each small action was filled with a quiet happiness. We talked about simple things, like the good sleep we had or what we might do later. His hand rested lightly on mine for a moment, a small touch that meant a lot. The feeling in the room was light, full of peace and contentment. This morning felt different from any other morning I could remember. It felt like a truly new start, fresh and full of promise. Everything around us seemed new and beautiful, from the clear sky to the gentle breeze coming through the window. As the morning went on, a strong feeling of hope grew inside me. It was a hope for many more mornings just like this one. A hope for a future spent together, side by side. The comfortable silence we shared, the easy smiles, the simple, kind conversations, all of it made me feel deeply happy and optimistic. This day, this brand new day, felt full of endless possibilities. It was a perfect beginning to something truly wonderful and lasting. I knew this special morning was just the very start of our shared story. 7. A new promise. The moment to leave the hotel room arrived. It was hard to think about saying goodbye. I did not want the wonderful time to end. Mark held my hands tightly. His eyes were serious but kind. He looked at me for a long moment. Then he spoke, his voice soft. "I do not want this to be only one night, Helen," he said. My heart felt a big, happy jump. It was exactly what I wanted to hear. A wave of relief washed over me. "I do not want that either, Mark," I replied. My voice was a little shaky, but full of feeling. We both smiled then, a shared understanding. We talked about what would happen next. We promised to see each other very soon. We promised to call and send messages. It was important to us to be honest always. We promised to be kind to each other, even when things were difficult. We talked about sharing our lives, our small moments, and our big dreams. We knew we wanted to build something real and lasting. These promises felt like strong bricks, building a new house of love and trust. To seal these promises, Mark leaned in close. He gently kissed my forehead. It was a very soft kiss, but full of deep care and respect. It felt like a promise itself, a quiet agreement between us. This small kiss made me feel incredibly safe and deeply cared for. It showed me that our connection was much more than just one amazing night. It was a true commitment, a promise for many more beautiful days. We took a deep breath together. Then we walked out of the quiet hotel room, hand in hand. The hotel lobby was busy now. Outside, the city was bright and full of noise. Cars drove past, and many people walked on the street. It was a big change from our calm morning, but I did not feel lost in the busy world. I was walking with Mark. We held hands as we stepped out into the sunlight. Our hearts were full of a new, shared hope for everything ahead. This hope made everything else seem less important. It was a bright and wonderful beginning. 8. A new beginning. That special night changed everything for me and Mark. Before that evening, my life felt good, but something was missing. After that night, a new happiness filled my days. It was a strong feeling, like a bright light inside me. Every day felt better, and I saw the world in a new way. I knew then that my story with Mark had truly begun. Weeks passed quickly, and our love grew stronger every day. We spent many hours together. We took long walks, holding hands and talking about everything. We watched beautiful sunsets. We shared more about our lives, our dreams, and our small worries. Each talk brought us closer. We learned new things about each other constantly. Our connection became deeper and more real. Life is not always easy, but we learned to face small problems together. Sometimes we had different ideas, and we had small disagreements. Sometimes one of us felt tired or sad. But we always talked. We listened carefully. We always found a way to understand and support each other. Even when things were hard, we knew our love was our safe place. The memory of our first night stayed with us. It was like a strong, happy base for our relationship. I often thought about that evening, my red dress, Mark's suit, and our nervous, happy smiles. That night was the start of something beautiful. It reminded us of our pure feelings from the beginning. It showed us how much we wanted to be together and built our trust. Even now, when Mark holds my hand, I still feel that warm fire in my heart. It is a feeling of deep love, comfort, and safety. The first excitement grew into a steady, strong love. It was not just a quick spark, it was a lasting flame. This feeling was a promise that our love would continue to grow and shine brightly. We knew our first night was not the end of our story. It was only the beginning. Love is a journey, and we were just starting to learn many lessons. We were learning about patience, giving, and being truly open. There were many more adventures, more laughter, and more challenges. We were ready for it all. This new beginning was full of hope and a strong promise for our future.